have I not done this? Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a full face of Nothing New, which is one of my all-time favorite series that I've done for years here on my channel. I had so much fun going through my makeup collection and selecting some things that I haven't used in forever, and I'm so excited to put them all on my face, and I'm feeling like creating a little bit more of a glamorous look today, so that's what we're doing. I can't wait to share with you guys the products that I've pulled. Before we get started, I actually have a really exciting announcement. This video is sponsored by Briogeo. You guys know I love Briogeo. It's one of my all-time favorite hair care brands. I've been using them for years, and they have some exciting news. Their Scalp Revival line is now available at Ulta, which is so exciting. If you guys don't already know, I have loved and used their Scalp Revival collection for so many years. One of the products in the Scalp Revival line was actually the very first Briogeo product I ever tried. You guys know I love the Superfoods collection, but I feel like there's a time and a place for Scalp Revival. I don't know about you guys, but especially in the winter time, my scalp becomes so much more dry. If you think about it, your scalp is just an extension of your skin, and my skin always gets so dry in the winter, and my scalp is no exception. So I love being able to have this collection at my reach when I need a little bit of TLC in my scalp. So let me walk you through my routine personally. I'm definitely someone who deals with dry, flaky, itchy scalp, especially in the winter time, but I'm also somebody who, tries to go as long as possible without washing my hair too frequently. So because of that, I do put dry shampoo and, there's other hair products that are usually kind of built up at my scalp. So this collection kind of does multiple things for me. It not only treats and supports the health of my scalp, but it also helps exfoliate and just purify the scalp of all of those products that may build up at your root. So for me, I love to start out with the Briogeo Scalp Revival Charcoal and Coconut Oil Shampoo. This is a staple in both mine and my husband's routine. There is never not one of these in our shower. Anytime that I feel like I need a really nice deep exfoliation at my scalp, this is the very first product that I reach for. It's incredible. I know so many people really enjoy this product, and for good reason. This is something that you're going to want to use once a week. You just use it as a shampoo, and it will really, really help to just purify the scalp with that charcoal and coconut oil in it. Plus, it smells amazing, and it feels amazing on the scalp as well. They also have this really fun scalp massager that you can also use while you're shampooing your hair, and it just really helps get even more of a deep exfoliation, and it feels incredible on your scalp. Seriously, it's like a little spa in a tool. After that, this is one of my all-time favorite products actually from Briogeo. It's the Scalp Revival Charcoal and Tea Tree Cooling Hydration Scalp Mask. So if you think about it like your face, if you're giving yourself a facial, you're going to exfoliate and then you might do a hydrating mask afterwards. And so that's kind of what this is, but for your scalp. But this also has a really beautiful cooling sensation, but it's going to hydrate any dry areas on your scalp. So you just part the hair, apply it directly to your scalp, and let it sit there for 10 minutes. I swear to you, this works miracles. These two together are some of the best things that I've ever tried for my personal scalp, and the dryness and the itchiness. It really does revive it after just one use, and especially after using it consistently. After the hydration mask and before you style your hair, you can part your hair and put in some of this Scalp Revival Charcoal and Tea Tree Scalp Treatment. Now, this is the very first product that I ever tried from Briogeo. I've loved this for so many years. Picture this as the serum for your scalp. So you're gonna apply this before styling, and it's just gonna really add those benefits of charcoal and tea tree. Has a really beautiful cooling sensation and just continues to treat your hair out of the shower. This is also something that you can put in your hair. Sometimes I like to do this. You can put it in your hair right before bed and let the nutrients just absorb into the scalp and really heal your scalp overnight. So that's something else I love to do. So that's what I did with my hair today, and I love how it feels. It feels so fresh. It actually, for me, it boosts volume as well. I love how this entire collection feels and smells and works for me. It's just so good. If you're like me and you do like to keep your hair as healthy as possible by not shampooing it too frequently, the Scalp Revival Dry Shampoo is a great option to just pick up those excess oils around your scalp while also treating your scalp, which is so great. So unlike other hair products in your scalp that can really build things up, I found that this dry shampoo adds a little bit of volume and texture. It gets rid of that oil, but it also feels really clean in the hair, which I love. So yeah, I'm really excited that this collection is now available at Ulta. So if you're looking to really treat your scalp anytime soon, make sure you check out the Scalp Revival collection from Briogeo at Ulta. It feels so good to wash my hair today, which by the way, you guys, I know I told you recently I cut my hair. Look how short it is. But I've honestly really loved it because I feel like I can finally put it in like a claw clip, which my hair was way too long to do that before. So I've been loving doing like claw clips, and I actually feel like I style my hair because there's not as much to style, you know what I mean? It also feels so much more lightweight, which I love, because you guys know how much I wear my hair, or I used to wear, well, I still do. I wear my hair in like a low bun a lot, and my hair was getting so long that my bun was weighing like 10 pounds, it felt like. So it was definitely time to get a haircut. It feels so good to have a little bit of a hair refresh, and especially after using the scalp shampoos today, I feel reborn. I'm ready to go. So I'm so excited to be able to use some of these products that I picked out. I've been using a lot of drugstore products recently, so I decided to just kind of fish through my high-end side today, and I found some amazing things that I cannot wait to reuse. So we're gonna start with eyes. I'm gonna go in with the Tinted Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base from NARS. Now, this is in the shade Light. I did fill in my brows off camera. I used my handy dandy Benefit brow pencil. No surprise there. I was gonna use a brush, but I'm just gonna use my fingers to blend this out. So I've been telling you guys that I was gonna reuse this Laura Lee Los Angeles Nudie 2 eyeshadow palette. If you guys didn't see my eyeshadow palette tag that I recently did as a collab with Samantha March, I'll have that link down below. This was the palette that I chose for an underrated palette, and it made me realize like I need to bring this back on my channel and just share with you guys again how much I love this, and like remind myself how much I love it, because I genuinely feel like it needs to be talked about way more than it is. So we're gonna go into this palette today. I am gonna start off with, you know, even though this has a little bit of shimmer in it, I'm gonna take the shade Blushing and use this as my transition. So I'm gonna just tap off the brush. Usually with shades like that, it will get rid of most of the sparkle, and then I can just use it as a transition. So I'm just gonna kind of buff this into the crease a little bit, and then a little bit above as my transition shade. I think the thing I like the most about this is how flattering the color story is, but also the variety of texture, and I don't feel like there's too many shades to where I get overwhelmed. And they all really work well together, but they're also very unique and different. And then, yeah, you add the different fun textures on top of it, and it's just a very luxurious feeling palette. I really love this one. You know what I need to try? Laura Lee recently launched a blush palette, and she sent it to me in PR. And guys, I'm so behind on like my new PR makeup. It's really insane how behind I am on trying some of the things that I really want to try and just haven't got around to. Maybe I should make a video actually where I can just sit down and use those products. Just things that have launched recently that I haven't had a chance to try, just force myself in a video to try all of those things. What do you guys think? Let me know if you would like to see a video like that. All right, I told you we're gonna go a little bit glam, so I am gonna dip into this nice warm brown shade right here. This is called Patootie, and I'm gonna take this and start to sculpt the outer crease using this color. I meant lid, and then the crease. So I'm starting here. You guys know what I mean. If you've watched any of my videos, I really do the same style of eyeshadow, just with different colors and formulas, you know? But I love to kind of start to create a little bit of depth on the outer portion of the eye before adding a lid color. That's just been my way of doing things for years. I think this brown is such a beautiful color. I am gonna go back into that first brush and just blend out the edges so it's nice and diffused toward the end of the brow. Next, I'm gonna take this shade, which is really pretty. It's like a terracotta rose kind of a color. This is called Low Cut. And I'm gonna start adding a little bit of this in that same area, just to add a little bit more rosiness. Okay, for my lid color, my two favorite shimmer shades in here are definitely Nudie and Cheeky. Cheeky is more like mauve, kind of. It has a little bit more of a pink undertone. Nudie is more gold. I think I'm actually gonna dip into Nudie. I'm just gonna use my fingers for this, and look how pretty that is. I'm telling you, it's such a gorgeous palette. I'm just gonna start pressing this onto the eyelid. If you're somebody who really likes a little bit more pizzazz and glitter in your shimmers, I think you would love this palette and this shade. Look at that. It's so pretty. It's not a full-on glitter. It's not straight shimmer either. It's like the most perfect in between. It's so stunning. I'm gonna go ahead and take this on my other finger and apply it to the other eye. I love how you can keep layering this up too and it gets more and more intense. It's so pretty. Okay, I love how that looks. I'm gonna go into mascara next, but first I'm gonna clean up the fallout and create a little bit more of a straight out line or shape with my eyeshadow today. Something like that. And then I'm gonna take my finger and just press this out so it's not too harsh. Okay, I'm gonna pop mascara on the top lashes. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push-Up Lash Mascara. I don't remember how I feel about this. I'm pretty sure it may have smudged on me because I think I used it like once or twice and then I haven't used it since, but I forgot what I felt about it. So I'm gonna use it again because I know a lot of people actually really like this mascara. So we're gonna give it another whirl. That's the fun thing about doing the full face of nothing new videos is I feel like I can be reminded again whether I like something or not. And sometimes because of these videos, I actually end up reusing or bringing back some of these products into my everyday routine because they end up being so good and I've just forgotten about them, you know, over the months or weeks since trying them last. So it's kind of fun to dip into these things that I have forgotten about. Well, that applied like a dream. So I don't remember how this wears. I'll leave a note in the description box to update you guys on this. Okay, so now that we have the first portion of our eye look done, we're gonna move into complexion. I found this in my primer drawer, but it's also kind of a highlight. So this is the Say Beauty Glowy Super Gel in the shade Star Glow. And I used this for a hot minute and then I put it away and, you know, just used other primers and I found this and I was like, okay, why am I not using that still? Because I really enjoyed it. So I'm gonna just go ahead and apply this all over the face and you can see it gives such an insane glowy finish to the skin. It's really nice and it has, like it says, it has a really nice like gel base to it. You can see on my hand, it's not too sparkly either. It's just got a really beautiful luminosity and kind of a pearl to it. I also think it smells good and I like the texture too. So because that's pretty luminous, I did want to use a little bit of a blurring primer in the T-zone just because I don't want my pores to be too luminous. So I found my Shiseido Soft Blurring Primer. I tried this a couple times, really liked it, and then forgot about it. It's so bad, but I really did. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and focus it in on the T-zone, just to kind of smooth that area out a little bit more. And I'm just gonna let that dry for a second. While it's drying, I found this foundation in my drawer and I was like, this is an oldie but a goodie. The Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation Stick. I have mine in the shade Y225. This gives great coverage and it's more of a dewy finish. So I'm kind of going for that luminous, you know, glamorous look today. So I'm actually gonna take it straight out of the applicator and just do little lines on the face. We'll start there because it really has quite a bit of pigment to it. So I don't want to overdo it. We can always add more. But I'm just gonna buff this in with my foundation brush. I've been finding myself using this foundation brush a lot. This is from Lawless. It's a really gorgeous, very flexible foundation brush. So I find that you can really buff things into the skin well with this brush. Once that's blended out, I'm actually gonna apply some straight to my beauty blender, which I don't think I've ever done before. So I've got some on my beauty blender and I'm just gonna take this extra coverage and press it into the cheeks and then continue pressing this into the skin all over the rest of the face. Okay, I feel like that's plenty. A little bit goes a very long way with that product. For concealer, I found my Armani Luminous Silk Concealer and it's been a while since I've used this. I actually first bought this in the shade 4, but then Armani sent me the shade 2, which is this one. And I think that this one might be better for me and my under eyes anyway. So I'm just gonna apply that to the under eye area and we'll put a little on blemishes, but and here and here. I was gonna say that I wasn't gonna do much more, but here we are. I'm just gonna blend that out with my same sponge. I forgot how nice this concealer is. It's a very thin formula, which I think really suits the under eye area, so it's not too heavy looking or feeling, but it still really brightens, you know, like it has good coverage, but it looks very natural. Ooh, that's really pretty. I forgot how that looked under the eyes. I like that a lot. I've got cream bronzer. I chose the Persona Cosmetics Bronze Multi-Stick in the shade Dune. Love this. It's been way too long since I've used it. So I'm gonna just take this and I'm going to actually go in directly on my face with this. I normally don't do this with bronzing sticks, but I find I can do this with this one pretty well. We'll start there and just blend it out. with a foundation brush in upwards motions. I'm just gonna blend out the sides of the nose and under the lip. And then I'm gonna take my foundation brush and just go over the edges with that. And then to make sure it's super blended in, I'm just going back over everything with my sponge. Okay, this is looking really pretty. I love how luminous everything looks. Pretty sure it's because of this guy right here. It's really peeking through all those other products. I guess the foundation and the concealer though are both pretty dewy, so we're gonna be glowing tonight, but that's all right. Okay, next, I'm going to set the face with a glowy powder. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder for under eyes and face in the shade Too Fair. I love this powder, but it's glowy, so a little goes a long way. But I love it because of that reason though. I love that it is a little bit luminous because for looks like this, for example, where I'm trying to make everything, you know, pretty glowy on the complexion, but I also want it to last really well. This is a really nice option to be able to set my face and not lose that luminosity. I'm just gonna press that in the center of the face with my more dense brush. And then you know the drill. Take a little bit of a fluffier brush and just stamp that across the cheeks. I'm just taking my sponge and pressing the powder in. Wow, I really love how my complexion looks. It's very healthy and glowy looking. So it might not last the best on me since I do get oily in the T-zone, but I like to try new things with these full face of nothing news. Like, since I'm using products that I've already tried before, I like to try new techniques to kind of spice things up for myself, you know? I'm gonna actually add a little bit of a powder bronzer. This one is from Bobbi Brown. It's the bronzing powder in the shade Stone Street, which I think is a really unique bronzer shade. I like it a lot. It's different than a lot of my bronzer shades. It's a little more red, but for some reason this one works on fair skin. I find that a lot of more red toned bronzers don't really flatter me that well. But I actually really like how this one looks. So I'm just adding a teeny bit of that to the cheekbones and the forehead. And now we're ready to go back to eyes. So I'm gonna dip into the Nudie Patootie palette. I should clarify, this is Nudie Patootie 2. There is a original palette as well, which I should pull out. I should use that again. I'm gonna go into Patootie, which was that nice brown shade that we went into, the first matte shade that we used to define this outer edge. I'm gonna use that to start to add definition to that lower lash line. I'm gonna dip into the shade Low Cut, which was the rosier matte color. And I'm just gonna layer that right on top of where we just applied that more warm brown shade. And then I'm gonna take the brush that we used with the pink shade, and you know, I wasn't going to, but I'm gonna dip into this a little bit, tap off the extra glitter, and then use that to just blend out those two a little lower underneath that lower lash line. Next, I'm going to take a smaller brush and dip into this color right here called Lush. And I'm going to add this color. It's a gorgeous bronze. I'm going to add this right here along that lower lash line. I just love these colors together. I think they're so beautiful and so wearable, but really special too. Like, these tones are different. I really like them. They're so beautiful and flattering. I'm actually going to take a dark brown eyeliner and line the waterline with this. This one is from Charlotte Tilbury, but if you're following along at all, you could just use whatever brown eyeliner you have. I'm just going to line the waterline to make things a little more sultry. And normally I line the top lash line as well if I use an eyeliner in the waterline, but we're trying something different today. We're just gonna do the waterline. I'm going to apply the same Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes mascara to those lower lashes, and then we'll move on to blush. Okay, I absolutely love this eye look. I haven't smoked out my eyes quite this much in a while, and I'm loving it. So now we're gonna move into blush. I actually wanted to reuse my Hourglass Cream blushes. I was using these for a while, and then you guys know how it goes. You just, you know, find other products or forget about something, or at least for me, because I'm constantly trying new things. I grabbed two shades. One is Wonder, which is more peach. The other is Devoted, which is slightly more pink. Honestly, I feel like I could do either one of these, but I'm leaning toward the pink one just so that that pink shade that's in the transition pops a little more. So we're gonna apply this one. Again, this is called Devoted. I'm gonna first apply this to the back of my hand. Look how pretty that is. Then I'm gonna pick it up on the bottom of my sponge, and I'm gonna smile and apply that to the cheeks. They launched so many beautiful colors in this formula, and I've only tried a couple of the colors. I need to go find the other ones that I was sent and try them out, because they sent some really cool colors. There's like this bold red that, I don't know, just I'm curious about. I want to see how that looks on the skin. So I'm just continuing to add this up. I'm gonna be pretty generous with this. I want it to be very blushy. That's so pretty. For highlight, I'm actually gonna take this Say Beauty primer that we used and use it as a highlight. So I'm gonna pop it onto the back of my hand, just a tiny, tiny bit. And I'm gonna take it on the opposite side of my sponge. Just pick that up and then press this on the highest points of the face. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is stunning. Oh my goodness gracious. What? Why have I not done this? I don't think I've used this as a highlight before, have I? If I have, I can't believe I forgot. And if I haven't, I'm mad at myself for not ever trying this until now. It's so pretty. It's so dewy. I love that. Okay, we're gonna move to lips. I'm just gonna take a tissue and wipe off any foundation that got on the lips. I thought that the Lisa Eldridge lip liner and lipstick in the shade Fawn would be stunning with this. We'll see. You can't really go wrong with this lip color in my opinion, but I've never tried it with, this eye look, so we'll see if it works. So I'm starting off with a bit of liner. Then I'm gonna use the lipstick from Lisa Eldridge in the shade Velvet Fawn. And I applied that, and now I'm just blending it in with my fingertip. All right, now that we've got everything placed on the face, I'm gonna go ahead and assess the situation and fill in my brows a little bit more. I feel like it's always good to revisit the brows if you fill them in first, because sometimes you lose that dimension after you apply, foundation and stuff. Well, I haven't looked this glowy in a while, but I really like it. I do want to smooth out the T-zone slightly with a little bit of my Makeup Forever matte powder. This is in the shade R220. Love these matte powders. Oh my gosh, I can't live without them. They're so wonderful. I'm just gonna kind of take this and smooth out this under eye area right here. We're gonna smooth out the pores right here. I'm gonna smooth out the chin. The nice thing about the red undertone in this is it typically will brighten. I feel like I could use a little bit of a lighter shade in this, and I think I have one somewhere. Where, I don't know, but this one works too. I love just that extra smoothness at the end of my makeup look, especially when I've got so much gloss and dew on the outside of the face. I like to balance it out with a little bit of matte powder in the center. Okay, we're gonna make sure we have enough bronzer on, which I think we do. I really like how this looks. So we're ready to set the face, and I'm gonna be using the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 primer and setting spray. It's just a basic, but basic in the best way, hydrating setting spray, so woo! I'm just gonna do it to the outsides of the face. I probably should have covered up my eyes in case the mascara runs because of that. Well, too late. I'll still leave a note for you guys and let you know how this mascara wears today. I'm just taking my sponge and pressing that into the skin, and then taking what's left on my powder brush and just locking in that T-zone, and then I'm just gonna use my go-to 24-hour brow setter to lock those brows in place. I actually feel like my lip and cheek perfectly match the transition shade in the eye, which is what I was going for. I feel like I do want a little bit of an inner corner highlight. So I'm taking a teensy bit more of the Say Beauty highlighter. I've never tried this in the inner corner, but we're gonna try it. Oh, that's actually so nice. Wow. Okay, I am definitely gonna leave that product on my desk so that I don't forget to use it again. It's so pretty. All right, let's take the hair down. All right, you guys, so that completes this look using a bunch of products that were not new to me, but it's been so long since I've used, and I'm so glad that I dipped into these products because I'm loving how everything looks. It's been a while since I've been this glowy. I feel like the glowy primer plus the glowy powder plus the cream products really added quite a bit of glow, but I'm not mad at it. I really do like it, and I'm really happy that I wore that eyeshadow palette again, and I feel like the lip color matched, so I'm happy with where things ended up today. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope it encourages you to reach back into your makeup collection or just try something new with what you already have. That's the point of these videos, is just to remind us of the good things we already have, you know? So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, huge thanks to Briogeo for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to check out the Scalp Revival collection at Ulta. Seriously, they've truly been staples in my hair care routine for years. I'm pretty sure I first tried this product out in 2017, so 5 years ago. That's how long I've been loving and using Briogeo, especially the Scalp Revival collection. So I'll have it linked down below if you want to check it out. So yeah, if you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button, and if you're already a subscriber, but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. That's it for me today. I hope you all have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.